What IIT Madras has done today is truly remarkable. It's a great step towards democratizing education to learners all around the world. And I say in coming years, a lot of universities from different parts of the world, they will look to replicate what IIT Madras has done today. They've allowed their computer science engineering course to be accessed by everyone for free without the requirement of any GE score. You don't have to give joint entrance examination. So our current model of conducting a competitive examination, and then we will use this method of elimination for a select few to study a specific course from a specific university is coming from those days when we had our challenges in terms of the infrastructure. It was a classical Malthusian problem that we had limited seats, and people who were applying for those seats were more in number. So if I have only 10 seats in Harvard, and if 5,000 students they want to learn a course from Harvard, of course I have to use this method of elimination. So this is coming from the pre-digital era. But today, Harvard, they have their edtech avenue. So I don't see in the digital era, more so in the last 2 years, when we have seen that everyone all around the world in the lockdown, they have studied different courses using edtech platforms and apps. So in the digital era, when we have these MOOCs and whatnot, when we have edtech, Coursera, Udemy, in these times, if we are still using the same old method of elimination, this is not inclusive. This is not good. So I think this is in a way speaking about a certain hegemony that we want to attach with Ivy League tag of certain universities. It can be Harvard or MIT, Stanford, Princeton, or Cambridge or Oxford or University of Tokyo, University of Canada, Peking University, Nanyang in Singapore. There are Ivy League colleges and universities in different parts of the world, and this is not the most inclusive way to talk about education. When you talk about taking education to every nook and corner in the world, because education should be a basic human right for everyone. It should be free for all. I don't see a point why we should have this Ivy League college and Ivy League university in today's times. So why is this method of elimination even being used these days when we have this digital forums? So I don't think that if 50 people they are applying for a GMAT exam or any other competitive exam, if only 5 or 10 people out of those 50 they manage to secure an admission in any Ivy League college, the remaining 95% of people, the remaining 40 or 45 students, they were not good. I don't buy this theory, because we are failing to address the different learning needs of different people. It can be calculus in mathematics, it can be optics in physics. Everyone can be equally passionate to learning that subject, but it's very much possible that a certain mode of disseminating learning in that subject was not suiting a particular student. So if I talk about my own example, when I was studying back in pre-digital era, when there were no internet, I had terrible problem in learning optics, because if you can show on the blackboards we were being taught, and you can show angle of incidence and angle of reflection. You can explain the laws of reflection very well, but when it comes to refraction, it was very difficult, and it was very confusing to show on the blackboards. So I had terrible confusion on things like total internal reflection and these concepts. But today, when I try to teach the same subjects to students, to kids using 3D apps, and using these fascinating, engaging learning tech platforms, we have fascinating apps these days. These students and kids, they are not just able to learn those subjects very well, effortlessly, but they are enjoying those subjects. So the problem is this, that our challenges were these challenges that I just gave an example of. They were best from the pre-digital era. They were coming from the pre-digital era. So we cannot use the same model of trying to see that 5 people out of 50 they are good enough to merit an Ivy League degree, and the remaining 45 out of 50 they have to manage with tier 2 or tier 3. No, I don't think this model will anyway. This model will go. It will go flat. You will see that in the next 20 years there will be no concept of any Ivy League college or Ivy League degree. So anyway, it will happen. The sooner the better. And I think what IIT Madras has done today is a great step. It will show light to all the Ivy League colleges and universities all around the world. This obsession, this idea that only select few people, select few students, they are brighter in intelligence than others, than overwhelming others. I don't see it as something which is inclusive. I don't see it as true. This is not true. If you can solve a problem in mathematics in 5 minutes, if I solve the same problem in 10 minutes, that does not make me any less competent than what you are. So I think that if you talk about taking education to every nook and corner in this world, if you talk about democratizing education, if you talk about making education free and a basic human right for everyone in this world, this is a great step. And we are going to see a $250 billion edtech market by 2028. So given the rise, the phenomenal rise of these edtech platforms and fascinating, engaging learning apps that we are seeing increasingly every day. Every day we are seeing a new channel or a new app is coming, and they are trying to disseminate education and learning in a much more better way, in a much more enchanting and fascinating way. So this is a very good sign, and we must leverage this digital era for education. And I see it as a great step what IIT Madras has done. Good job, IIT Madras. Hats off to what you have done, the step that you have taken. People will realize the importance of this step in years and decades to come. Good job.